But after we moved out of the doo-wop, we started to get familiar with, would you say, R&B?
Correct.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
And the significant difference, Milton, would be what?
Smooth, the lyrics, and it was more polished, refined as far as the singing. And you didn't need a big group to produce the sound. And it was just like every voice was an instrument.
Right.
Had its own tone, its own note, and they all blended in. And the one that destroyed that in my thing was Alan Freed. He took it from R&B to rock and roll, which, rhythm and blues never died.
Right. So you're talking about some significant things there, and you have some familiarity with making a record smooth, or you're talking about tonality and stuff. How did you come about knowing all those things?
Well, I actually made my first recording.
Tell us about that.
When I was in high school.
Okay.
Tech high school. Every year they put out a show called the Tech Pantry.
Yes. Yes.
And
yes.
so everybody rehearses, and we got a group together, 5 brothers. I know actually it was 3 brothers and 2 white guys. And we would call the Centuries. And to this day, I have heard the original, and I wouldn't put it in. I'd put it in the trash because it was just. But it got over because the audience was ready for something like that, and it was kind of a different. You have 5 gentlemen up there singing and harmonizing with it, and it got over. And that was part of how I got started. This is part of the history. We used to live on 78 Westminster Street. The house had 13 rooms in it, 3 floors.
Wow.
4 of us were only living in it. When they opened up the music club down on Dwight Street, they were bringing acts in for weekends. They came to my mother and said, "How would you like to house these over the weekend?"
Okay.
She did. She was known as Ma White from New York to California.
All right.
Not only did they get a place to sleep, she would fix them full meals and have socials after the club. So the clubs closed at 1 o'clock in the evening. If you're old enough, you will remember the Valentine, the Oreos, the Cadillacs.
Yes.
And they all stayed at the house. Della Reese, Big Maybell, they stayed, but when the Valentines were there, they cut. And I was listening because they would rehearse and everything, and I just sort of got into it and everything, and I enjoyed whatever it is. And that's how, and that lasted for 3 or 4 years.
All right.
And over the years, at that time, we had quite a few entertainers.
Okay.
And like I said, they knew us. When they come in the house, "Where's my wife's house?" I'm right here. Now, one big thing about that, everybody says James Brown. Back in the time, that's when he was, James Brown.
Right.
He is my mother's first cousin.
Okay.
And he came with his group, and I was second year high school. He came and brought his big machine, and I drove it. Hey, give me the key. Okay. Well, I learned how to drive when I was 15. So, but anyhow, he brought his groups in, and they all came in there. To think about it, when he left, one of his when I started singing earlier, one of his group, the Flames, went in the service. He called me up from Georgia, 1955, and asked me to come down to Georgia and fill in for that group.
No, wait a minute now. You telling me you famous Flame at least for a moment?
On the phone.
All right.
But he did.
Yeah.
But you know what happened to them, right? The Flames burned out.
Yeah. I like that, Milton.
Well, I have a question. Like, I know you said someone approached your mother. Was she just a regular mom from the neighborhood? Yeah. Did like the mayor come forward, or was it our network as a black people? Someone said, "Look, could you got this big old house. and you know what it's like for folks not being able to stay downtown. Can we use your house?
The two that involved, Grant and Holloway, they approached because Mom was, I would classify it as a chef. He was an excellent cook, well known around, even though that she was an AME with Bethel. She did the house thing.
Okay.
Now the house had 3 floors, a full apartment on the 3rd floor, the bedrooms and a bathroom on the 2nd floor, 2 bathrooms on the 2nd floor, laboratory on the 1st floor, big kitchen and so forth. And even people that weren't entertainers came and knew about it, as you can see right here. And that's how, she adapted to it.
In answer to your question, I think that it was by word of mouth.
Yeah.
That everybody knows you. You go to Mom's.
Well, that's why I was wondering,
And
because like you were saying, everyone knew my wife. That was a little bit before my time, because we was right around the corner on Tyler Street, and I had no reason to know, but to that end, you're going to work, your parents, and how would it evolve that your house would become a haven?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Safe place.
Once the entertainers got established to come in here, you got to remember, Westover was in full bloom.
That's right.
That was the strategic air command of the East Coast during the Second World War.
That's how half of us got here.
And if you notice, all the projects and all those small houses that were built in the 50s and everything were attributed to the officers and the enlisted men coming from Westover. And that's what built up a lot of the housing. So they would come, participate with the crowd and everything, and so that kind of made it successful.
So you had made mention of several big names back in the day. So, Donna, let me ask you something. Why doesn't Springfield have, or why isn't it the entertainment mecca that it once was? I mean, even in the small circuit, like the famous door, the Village Gate, really up on the square. You have Megan, Cheffy, anything. Robin's Den. We would have entertainers come, but even in the churches, when we want big entertainers to come, they don't come to Springfield. They would go to Boston. They'll go to Hartford. But they're only driving through or flying through Springfield. Why do you think that is? Because we were such a vibrant community.
I think there are a few factors, and a lot of it has to do with economics.
Okay.
A lot of it has to do with economics. Now, Springfield was like a center for a lot of things. Right. Industry, obviously, the most prominent. You can look around anywhere in the greater Springfield area, and all the old factories and what have you. So it was natural that Springfield became a centerpiece for a lot of things, and that included entertainment. Okay. And actually, back in the '60s, and it wasn't just R&B. Back at that time, but along with the whole era as rock kind of started to develop here, used to have concerts at the Paramount Theater.
The Rialto.
The Rialto, yes, and I guess later on we'll talk about some of our experiences. So, and yes, the Rialto is in there, definitely. But and you remember the large acts would always be either at the Paramount, but more importantly at what was then the Springfield Auditorium, which is now known as Symphony Hall. And the large groups would come through there. Matter of fact, one of my earlier gigs was opening for the Unifigs 5 Stair Steps at the Springfield Auditorium. So at that time, everybody came to Springfield, but then just down the road a bit, Hartford started to develop. And now people that used to come up from Connecticut were no longer coming up here.
Okay.
And then as the economy here started to slide, a lot of the places closed down to the point where there was almost nowhere left for anybody to perform, let alone the larger groups.
Okay.
So what happened was as Hartford developed with a larger population, especially a larger black population, people started to gravitate down there because the entertainers, or I should say the promoters, saw more money
Right.
in that locale. So,
Down the road.
Right, down the road. And then we had this other problem that we had here as we got into the 70s. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but Tony can cut it.
Yeah.
Is the fact that we, for some reason, didn't like buying tickets in advance.
Right.
Now, I'm speaking to that because for a short time, myself and a couple others were promoting. We tried promoting some shows. We did promote a couple of them, but we won't buy tickets in advance. And the problem there is that when you're trying to book someone, like I said, we brought Nancy Wilson here to the Paramount, and when you sign that contract, you've got to have half up front.
Right.
And then when they show up, you have to have the other half.
Already.
You have to have that ready, money in hand.
Yes.
Same thing for the production crew, the sound crew, lighting crew, et cetera, et
Clean
cetera.
up the whole
So
yes.
you can imagine what the cost would be, say, for the Civic Center, which is now the Mass Mutual
Right.
Center. So if a certain number of tickets weren't sold in advance,
canceled, yeah.
they would cancel. And that's
Yeah.
why Luther Vandross was canceled, Michael Jackson was canceled, and a number of other performers acts were canceled.
Okay.
But before that time, remember, we had quite a few coming through, like you said.
Right.
And then after that, then the casinos eventually started opening
Right.
up and taking more and more. And Springfield just forgot.
But
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Good evening. My name is Elaine B., and I have a very special guest here today, and her name is Natalie Red. Tell me about yourself. How long have you started doing this?
I've actually been singing pretty much all my life. From being in the front yard of my mother's house singing Diana Ross's I'm Coming Out and having my mother throw stuff at me going, shut up, kid, until now.
Really? Seems like Diana Ross had a good influence on you. Who else?
Oh, God, Aretha. In the 80s when Anita Baker came into play,
Oh, yeah.
that's when music really was something for me. Because the 80s music was just, it was live. It was no certain particular genre that
Yeah.
you had to pick out like it is now. In the 80s, if you could listen to R&B and rock and pop and, you know, rap all on one station. There was not a station that was predicated to a certain genre.
Yeah.
So the 80s was a beautiful thing for me.
What inspired you to write? Because everybody has their different things.
It's actually me verbalizing or actually being able to write down whatever I'm experiencing that day, whether it's happy, whether it's sad, something that my kids could be going through, or I'm a comedian in my own right, so something that could be majorly funny.
Right.
Just the simplest of things. I'm a person of nature, so, you know, whatever happens in life could actually bring about a beautiful song, and it could actually touch or bring some type of inspiration to something.
Absolutely. Now, you have a new single coming out. Tell me about that.
Yes. Well, I can tell you that my EP, which is entitled It Is What It is now available online.
Okay.
And the leading single on there is actually entitled It Is What It Is. However, the next release is Getaway, and after that is Liberty. Both songs are very powerful. Both are freeing. It's just everyday life, how sometimes you just really just want to say, you know what, I need to be free from all of this.
Yeah. So you're going to be performing for us here live today.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear that.
Oh, yes. And I got to say, the things that I've encountered, if it wasn't for my producer, my manager, Jerome Pitts, of Pitts Campaign Music, if it wasn't for him, I really and truly just don't know, because he pushes me.
Oh, really?
He pushes me, but he pushes me in a way in which it's encouraging. I can feel his spirit, and it's that belief. When you have someone in your corner
Yes.
that drives you like that,
Yes.
it helps the deliverance even better.
Amazing keyboard player, too.
Oh God, is he ever? It's dynamic. When I first met him, it was actually at the Renaissance, and I'd already met his brother through another local band. But when I met him, my first impression was, Lord, please let him be able to play keyboards. Please, because I've had my share.
Yes.
And when I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, we're good. That relationship built right then, that energy built right then.
Yeah, talking about the Pitts brothers, I mean, I have to recognize, because this is New England's extraordinary talent, and
Yes,
if you don't
it
mind,
is.
I had the opportunity to see them perform, and his brother plays the drums, right? So now these guys do, you can tell me about it. They had an open mic where they learn a song.
Oh yes, it was actually called Ultimate Karaoke, and it was a great way to pull in the residents here of Springfield, even extending out into Hartford. And this was a way to just give them an opportunity to do it. And I got the opportunity, they entrusted me with hosting it. And for me, that was a ball, because to be able to sit back and watch others sing, and you yourself know this as a singer, to see other people sing, it's a beautiful thing. So to be a part of such a dynamic venue, I gotta say it's a beautiful thing, because Springfield has a lot. It's a wealth of talent.
Absolutely.
It's a wealth of talent.
Absolutely.
And some are shy, some you have to give a little nudge to, but being able to help them relax to where they can, okay, she's funny, we can do this. We can get up there and do this. To give them that nudge, to encourage them in that way, for me, it was a pleasure.
And I've had the opportunity to hear you too. I mean, if Whitney was alive today, she'd be like, because I was having my hair on my skin was actually right now.
Did a tribute to what is her name, Phyllis Hyman, and I posted it online, and I never forget, I got an email from, believe it or not, Mariah Carey. It freaked me out, because I was sitting there going, oh my God, the butterfly herself. And she says, you know what, I'm a big Phyllis Hyman fan, and you did Phyllis justice.
Yes.
That right there for me was a beautiful thing.
I can't wait to hear you perform here your own single.
Yes,
I mean,
am.
you're going to give us an intro of it. Yes.
And it's like I said, it's empowerment. It's a song saying that, you know what, I'm finally free. I'm finally able to just be me.
Now, what is next for Natalie?
Oh, well, actually, there isn't a next. Everything is happening for me so fast. So right now, it's what's now for Natalie. My song Getaway has been nominated. Well, actually, I won Best R&B Song through Acadia Music Awards and Academia Music Awards, and I'm excited about that. Pitts Campaign Music, which is now part of the Red Wall Group, all one and the same. We're getting ready to work on the video.
Okay.
And just between shows, photo shoots, videos, it's not what's next, it's what's happening right now.
But where can we find your music?
You can find it on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, Spotify, wherever music is being sold. Natalie Red, It Is What It Is EP is available for purchase.
Before we go, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about Natalie?
Seeing is truly believing, because when I open my mouth, it's nothing but love.
Okay, one good advice to upcoming artists.
Believe in yourself. Don't let the naysayers get you. If you feel within yourself that you can do this, then do it. Because trying never hurts.
Pitts Campaign. Looked in the mirror, reflections looking back at me. I'm seeing clearer, the woman I'm supposed to be. No second guessing on what, when, how, or where I go. Making it on my own. So called up my sisters and tell them my car's right outside. I'm feeling jazzy, and it's how I'm gonna be all night. No intoxication, see I am on a natural high, and this is how I roll. So the time has come for you and me to get up on the floor. Tell all the haters they can kick rocks, I don't want no more. I'm feeling good, yeah, and this is how my life should be. I've got my liberty, hey. Dust off my shoulders, heels a rockin', smile up on my face. Playtime is over, and I don't have no time to waste. I'm feeling good, yeah, and this is how my life should be. I've got my liberty, hey. To all my fellas, please listen to me loud and clear. This is a message that I think you should hear. No time for drama, see your time should be valuable. Sometimes just let her go, oh. And to my sisters, please talk it out or let it be. Leave the past behind you, don't dwell on what is history. And when it's over, remember you're a lady and be up on your grown. So the time has come for you and me to get up on the floor now. I don't want no more, no drama. This is how my life should be. I've got my liberty, hey. Dust off my shoulders, heels a rockin', smile up on my face. My time is so valuable. This is how my life should be. I've got my liberty, hey. Sometimes I think that I have found the keys to life. Peace of mind is all I need to have my liberty, hey. The time has come for you and me to get up on the floor now. I don't want no more, no drama. I got my liberty, hey. Liberty is all I need. I'm free. I've got my liberty.
But we have we got Timeless Entertainment in here, Timeless Records. Tony Bass has come in from City Beat Media and Magazine and TV shows, and you got about 3 TV shows and all kind of other stuff. Then we also have Gospel Beat Magazine, and now you guys have a TV show too, right?
Yes, we do.
Gospel Beat every third Saturday.
Every third Saturday, we had one this a couple Saturdays ago, and it was fantastic. And we want it to be continue to be fantastic as well. Okay. And so, you know me, I try to get talent and bring them out. Okay, and for instance, just like the group we have here tonight, you you know, Kyle
Yeah,
Evans.
I mean, you brought a whole crew.
You know, they come for another. What's up, guys? All right, okay.
No, and that's good. I mean, you know, because it takes a collaborative effort for cats to succeed.
Right.
You know, if everybody has a role and knows what their strengths and weaknesses are, it makes their strengths even that much stronger.
Right. And you know, and I like to tell people too, you know, Springfield is like a little Motown. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? And these guys in the back there, not only are they just talent that I happen to find, but they're a fan. You know,
Okay.
These this is my nephew group and everything like that. But you know, I know they're waiting to come on. So
We're gonna get them on right now.
All right, then.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So timeless music. So which one is Young K?
That'll be me.
All right. So great song we played earlier, and I see that you've been doing song intros for my man Buck. I know him Buck for years. I think Tony from the Providence days of Tastemakers.
Oh yeah.
Before Buck did commercial radio, we knew Buck. When he was working at Skippy White's.
Wow. That's crazy.
You know, so we know the history of Buck and being on BRU, so we're glad he's down to Hartford doing his thing.
Of course.
Another TCC alum, Tony Guest, started right here. You know, so, and you're right here. So talk about your music and what's your goal with your music, man.
And with my music, it's me as a solo artist, and it's with my group. And this man to the left of me, sort of my cousin. And we just started off just making music in the basement. And just trying to perfect our craft and find our own sounds. And we just want to spread out to the world and become one of the greatest.
Okay. Well, I see you hooked up with my man Malcolm Miles, which I've known from like when he was at J Records days, and some of the other things. So how's that production deal working for you guys? I mean,
it's been working out incredibly. When we signed the deal, it's just he brought me to a whole other level with my career.
Okay.
And it's just he's opening doors for me that I didn't think were possible to open. So it's a cool experience.
All right. What else is in timeless music? I mean, you know, you're here, your cousin, you got the whole crew here. So what's the other parts of it?
It's just writing our own songs, producing our own songs, recording, mixing, engineering. Everything's done in house.
Okay.
So we just have like all those elements combined together to make just one big project, and it's cool to like feed off each other for inspiration and it's like to get ideas from each other, and it's just amazing. Like the work we put in and then the outcome of it. The music sounds incredible.
Okay.
So
Well, I want to hear the rest of the music. I mean, I heard the one track. I like that. So you know, off the air we'll we'll listen to the rest. So how do y'all describe y'all style? I mean, you know.
We're very versatile. Like when it comes to, especially the music, like we're able to do different kinds of music. Like our main genre is hip hop and R&B. You know what I mean? But we're able to venture out and do like pop songs. We can relate to different audiences.
Okay. And also, too, I don't know if they said it or you guys talked about it. I stepped out for a second, but did you tell them you had the interview with the scope or anything?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Okay,
we actually,
yeah.
we just came back. We came back from LA and we had a meeting with Joe Yahi, shout out to him, and Tim Westwood,
Okay.
the A&R and the president for Interscope Records.
Okay.
And a lot of big things are gonna come out of that meeting pretty
All right,
soon.
That's
Be
good.
on the lookout.
So you're at 330, was it 330 Santa Monica Boulevard?
Yeah, okay.
That's where it's at. So once again, we're here with Timeless Music, also Gospel Beat TV and Music, City Beat TV, Tony Bass. As we continue, we're gonna go all the way to Australia. This is something I picked up at the Aniva record store out in LA. I saw it there, and the hip hop buyer there was the person I used to work for, and now she DJs. It's Hiatus Coyote